Here, the resurrection in the Greek is the anastasis, meaning the raising up of. It means to come up again. It means to be caught up. That over in 1 Thessalonians 4 and 18, this terminology, which means to be caught up, the rapture.
Yes,
the word rapture is not in the Bible, but it means to be caught up, anastasis. A resurrection, and that's what we need today. Anything that's dead needs to be resurrected. If you're in the church today and you're dead, you need a resurrection. Some people need a resurrection in their marriage. Some need a resurrection in their mind. Some need a resurrection in their spirit.
Yes, sir.
Because your dead spirit can't serve a living spirit. 1 Corinthians 15 and 19 said, if our hope in Jesus is for this life alone, we are most miserable. And there's a lot of miserable people here in this world today.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
They are miserable here today. Why? Because they are caught up. They got all their hope in this world alone. In this hope. And they got all their hope in this world alone. But our hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness.
Yes, sir.
Don't build your hope in money. Don't put all your hope in your 401k. Why? Because the bottom will fall out.
Come on now.
And you look at your 401k now, make you want to go and jump off a bridge. Don't put all your hope in the 401k. Don't put all your hope in a job. Why? Because the coronavirus will come and they'll send you home off of your job.
Yeah.
Stock markets will crash.
Yeah.
If our hope in Christ is for this world alone, we are most miserable. And we got a lot of miserable people, and I discovered miserable people want to make you miserable.
Yeah.
And you wonder why folks do what they do. They want you miserable. Why? Simply because they are miserable.
Yeah.
And it is the word that gives the believer hope. Yes. That whatever you're going through, the hope is to let you know that it won't last too long.
Yes, sir.
If you got cancer today, the doctor is giving you a bad diagnosis, I want to let you know today that it won't last.
Come on.
Coronavirus, it will not last. AIDS and anxiety, it won't last. Disparity and even death, it won't last long. Why? Because David taught us in Psalm 23, he said, although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, he said, I will fear no evil. Why? Because the Lord is with me. One of these days we will be caught up. In the twinkling of an eye, Jesus, he performed the first resurrection. And resurrection from the dead, meaning never to go down again. Coming up, never to go down again. Jesus went in that grave, but he'll never go in another grave. And when we get caught up, when we be caught up, when Gabriel blow that horn, the dead in Christ will rise first, and we that are around, that are still living, will be caught up. Never to go in another grave, never to go down again, but we will forever serve him. Jesus, here it is, he had suffered. Jesus had bled. Jesus had died. Fulfilling the prophecy. When Jesus said the Son of Man must be sold into the hands of sinful men. He must die and be put in the earth. But that's not the end of the story. He said in 3 days.
3 days.
He said, I will rise again. He said, I'm going to get up again. So here Jesus is fulfilling the prophecy. He was sold into the hands of sinful men. He did die and he did rise up from the grave. Jesus, he did perform his resurrection. Why? Because it was his Father who came and drew him up out of that grave. Let's look at this response of the resurrection. Resurrection is no good to you if you're rejecting the resurrection. Let's look at the response of the resurrection today. As I get ready to go to my seat, it was the guards who had been assigned around the grave of Jesus. They pushed the stone down this steep embankment, and they pushed it against the mouth of the tomb, and they sealed the tomb. And they were told to stand there and guard Jesus. There was 4 of them. And once they got relieved, 4 other guards would come, and they rotated their shifts, and they were standing there, and they were taking turns watching Jesus. But then when Jesus got up out of that grave, the guards, they began to deceive others. They said somebody came and stole the body. Well, my question today is, how could they steal the body and you got a stone in front of the grave? You got a seal around the stone and you got 4 guards around the grave. How was Jesus' body stolen?
Preach today.
Let's look at the response of the women. The women, they came to the tomb with spices to anoint Jesus' body.
Yeah.
They did not come to embalm Jesus. They came to anoint his body.
Yeah.
But once they got there, they discovered that Jesus was not there. So here they were depressed. They was downtrodden. Why? Because the dead body of Jesus wasn't there. But that was a good thing, because if Jesus would have been there, still dead, there would be no hope.
Yes, sir.
So here they were depressed because they could not find Jesus.
Right.
The disciples, they were despondent and dislocated because Jesus had died and they did not know which way to turn. And when you don't know which way to turn, you began to turn in on yourself, and they self-isolated themselves from the fear of the Jews. They went and they closed themselves in the room.
Yes, sir.
Locked the doors, and they pulled down the windows, and they didn't want nobody to know where they was. Why? Because they didn't know which way to turn.
Yes, sir.
All of the disciples were there except for Judas. Judas had betrayed Jesus and committed suicide.
Yes, sir.
So all of them were there except for Thomas. Thomas, his response to the resurrection, Thomas began to isolate himself. And that's a bad way to go when you don't know which way to turn. Don't turn in on yourself. Don't isolate yourself. Because Satan will always deal with you in a halted position. Hungry, angry, lonely, or tired.
Yes, sir.
And when you turn in on yourself, you'll find yourself hungry. When you turn in and isolate yourself, you'll find yourself begin to get angry. You will find yourself begin to get lonely.
Come on.
And ultimately, you will find yourself tired. And when Satan finds you in one of those states, he's going to deal with you. So here it is, Thomas, he began to isolate himself. And isolation causes absenteeism.
All right.
Thomas, here he was not at the meeting. But Thomas socially distanced himself. He did not participate in the process. And that's the problem with a whole lot of church folk today. They want to be on the church road, but they don't want to be part of the process. As long as everything is going fine, they all right, but they don't want to be part of the process of the working. When it's time to put your hand to the plow, when it's time to push, you'll find out a lot of people don't want to be part of the process. So here it is, Thomas, he missed church. And a whole lot of things can go wrong when you miss church.
Come on now, that's it.
I know they told us don't go to church. That means don't go to the church building due to this coronavirus, but you can have church in your heart. You can have church in your home. You can have church riding down the road in your car. You can have church just a little talk with Jesus. It makes no difference where you are. You can go into your secret closet and have some church, but when you miss church, I want to let you know you always miss out on something. So here Thomas is, he missed church.
Yes, sir.
Thomas said, except I put my finger in the nail print, except I put my hand in the side, I would not believe. And that's what we got a lot of Christians today. They from Missouri to show me state. I will not believe except I see.
Yes, sir.
Here it is, the disciples, they were in a shut-in.
All right.
Jesus, he showed up. And he stood in the midst of them. And Jesus said, peace be to you. Peace be to you. The right response results in the right resolution.
Yes, sir.
Right response. You need to keep on seeking Jesus. Even though you don't see him, you still need to keep on seeking him. You need to keep on trusting him when you can't trace him. First thing Jesus offered them was peace. And whenever the resurrection comes into your life and you have the right response to the resurrection, you're going to have some peace in your life. The world would witness more peace if they responded to the resurrection in the right way. The White House would have more peace today. The jailhouse would have more peace today. And even your house would have more peace today if we responded to the resurrection in the right way.
Yes, sir.
We need to respond to the right way.
Yes, sir.
Jesus, he'll give you peace. He'll give you pardon.
Yes, he will.
Scripture says that Jesus, after he gave them peace, the Bible says he breathed on them.
Yeah.
Jesus, he has a way of breathing on you.
Good.
In the beginning of time when God created Adam from the dust of the ground, it was that same breath when Adam laid there and didn't have no life in him. The Bible says God fashioned man from the dust of the ground, and man laid there motionless, dead. And God, he breathed into man's nostril the breath of life, and man became a living soul. That was the same breath that Jesus breathed on these dead disciples. These scared disciples that they said in that room. The Bible says he breathed on them. Thomas, he missed out because he was absent.
Yes, sir.
And although Thomas, he came up a little short from the meeting, let's notice the attitude of his brothers in Christ. His other brothers in Christ, the other disciples, they did not gossip about Thomas not being there. They didn't talk about it. They didn't talk him down. They didn't try to hold him down.
Oh, no.
They didn't exclude him from the next meeting, but what they did, they informed Thomas of what Thomas had mentioned. And so that's the attitude we should have today. We don't need to talk another brother down. We don't need to talk another preacher down. One pastor don't need to be talking another pastor down. Why? Because there's room for all of our churches. They are all empty right now. We don't need to be in competition with one another. We don't need to be talking one another down. Why? Because we all need the same Jesus. They didn't talk Thomas down, but what they did, they informed him. And when somebody's missing the mark, what you need to do is pull them to the side and inform them. Instead of talking about it, instead of whispering. If we got too many whispering men right now. Men whispering, holding secret meetings and holding other men down, talking other men down. But what they did, they informed Thomas on what he missed. They told Thomas, they said, Thomas, Jesus showed up. And when somebody's not on the right track, all you need to do is just tell them about Jesus. When somebody's not walking the walk they need to walk, just tell them about Jesus. When somebody's not talking the way that they need to talk, tell them about Jesus. You don't need to put them on Facebook, tell them about Jesus. Tell them about a Savior who can make you walk right. Tell them about a Savior who can make you talk right. Tell them about a Savior who can make you live right. And they told Thomas, they said, Jesus showed up, but you missed it. And they encouraged me. What it done, it drew Thomas to the next meeting. Why? Because the Bible said 8 days later, it said who was there? Thomas was there. They encouraged me, drew him to the church. And too many times we talk and the words that we do push people away from the church. But we need to encourage people and tell them what Jesus can do for them.